Welcome back to Whisky Whims with me, Stuart. Today we've got Bunnahabhain 12-year-old, 46.3% ABV, non-chill filtered and no added colouring. This normally costs, for like a normal size bottle, about 45, 50, sometimes £55, and it's pretty accessible. You can get it in some supermarkets, but yeah, I don't think it's... I think it's in a few, but not in all of them. So it's not as accessible as, say, like Highland Park 12, I would say, or maybe Oban 14. But it's round about the same line. I suppose it just depends where you are, but it's round about the same kind of category as those types of whiskey. But yeah, we'll get down to the nose, the palate, the finish, and we'll see if it's a Whisky Win or a Whisky Bin. So the nose, it's dried fruits with Christmas cakes, spices. There's also this kind of, it reminds me of being at school and you've got the black and yellow pencils with the pink rubber on top, and you've maybe just used the rubber without even needing to, just rubbed it out, completely rubbed it, just bored, sitting there, and you're getting that kind of smell. Yeah, it's definitely like one of the cheaper pencils as well, like not an expensive pencil. I don't know if there's a difference between the rubbers that they use on the end of the pencils, but we tended to have a little bit cheaper pencils. Yeah, it's somewhat earthy in the nose. There's also this kind of heavy maltiness smell to it. That's just, I really like it. I really enjoy that maltiness. The sherry is quite evident in the nose, but I think the kind of coastal characteristic of this, almost maritime, kind of tames it a little. There's some rye bread and ginger there. Yeah, like grated ginger, or yeah, grated ginger. The palate, yeah, it does have a little bit of a kick, to be fair. Nothing, I'm not going to need to add water or anything, but maybe just that extra 0.3%, just sending you a bit over the edge. The palate, there's like a dark chocolate with chilies through it, giving it a little bit of a heat, but also that kind of rich, oily mouthfeel that dark chocolate provides. There's also like a lot of kind of smokiness to it, and I want to say something like, it's like smoked barley, but it's something like creamy. See if you had creamy porridge oats and you somehow infused it with the kind of smokiness that you get from Bunnahabhain or just the way that they do it, but doing that to porridge oats. I've never had that, never done that. I don't even think it's a thing, but it would be quite interesting to see what that would be like, because that's what I'm experiencing here. Like I said, just a creamy porridge, but also with a bit of a smoky whiskey element to it, which might not sound too appealing. There's a caramelised sugar kind of profile, but it's like you've went too far with the caramelisation and you've maybe overdone the sugar. It's more burnt than sweet, more of that kind of savoury burnt flavour rather than the sweetness. There's also I think there is definitely a kind of coastal feel to this, a little bit of like a saline, or just kind of salted water, but not super salty, just a little bit salty. I don't know, maybe you've just, like, when I'm making potatoes, I sometimes just salt the water a little, or like pasta, just salt it a little. You're not over salting it, you're just adding a little bit of salt to it. So it's kind of like that. Or do you know what, actually, when we were playing football as kids, our coach, instead of buying like Lucozade or whatever, he'd say just put a little bit of salt in your water to get the electrolytes and get the salt into you, and maybe not electrolytes, does it have electrolytes if you just put salt in? But anyway, he would say put salt in your water bottles, and that's what we do. You'd never put too much salt in it because it'd just be minging, but you just put a little bit of salt in it just to give you that little bit of saltiness that you need. There's some cloves, and also dried fruits on the palate. The finish is medium to long. There's peanut skins, there's like salted cashews as well. There's also, it's maybe tying into the nose with the kind of rubber, but the finish has got this kind of spent match taste profile on it. I know some people might not enjoy that, but it's pleasant enough because it's just in the finish and it's quite subtle. There's more smoke as well, and I think that's probably all I'm getting in the finish, to be honest. But yeah, all round quite a pleasant experience, and quite, maybe not too, it's quite one-dimensional in the sense of things. There are certain complexities to it, but you kind of know what you're getting with it, and that's a good thing with this whiskey, because it is quite similar. The different expressions or releases they have made the profile quite similar, so you kind of know what you're getting with it. But yeah, we'll get down to the review, and if you're new here, how I rate my whiskies on 3 factors. Would I buy it again? Do I think it's worth it? And would I recommend it? So this is another one, like we reviewed the Glenleash 14-year-old last week. This is another one that a lot of people just have in their collection, a go-to whiskey, and it's just one of those that, once again, I spend my money elsewhere. I did buy this little sample, but yeah, like I said, I end up spending my money elsewhere. So I wouldn't buy a bottle, and I don't intend on buying a bottle, but it's a good enough whiskey to have. And definitely if you're just starting a whiskey collection or starting into the whiskey hobby, it's another area to explore. Obviously being Islay, it's another kind of category, region to get into. So yeah, I wouldn't buy it again, but I would definitely recommend it, especially for novice drinkers. And if you are just wanting something with these kind of flavours, then it's easy to have in the collection. It's an easy drinker. There's nothing too challenging about it. And do I think it's worth it? Yeah, I think if you can get it for £40, that's not bad. Like I say, I think I've seen it as much as 55. But yeah, £40 is pretty cheap, and for what you're getting, I think it's good value for money. So it's 2-3 on this occasion. It's a Whisky Win. I've been Stuart, this has been Whisky Whims. I'll see you later.